Good morning, happy Monday. I am exhausted and I'm definitely not ready for this week, but I'm gonna make the best of it. So I'll see you on campus.
In my Photoshop class, we've spent the past few weeks learning how to turn hand-painted motifs into digital repeating designs. Today, we learned how to Photoshop our designs onto fashion photographs to show what the designs might look like when printed on clothing. Here are a few examples of some that I did in class today. I'm definitely going to keep working on them because they're not quite right yet. My friend Sophia also surprised me with some baked goodies.
The note is so cute.
She brought cookies, macaroons, and mochi, and they were so good! I stopped by my locker to grab bags of supplies and then headed to my screen printing class. We were asked to try to print our designs in 3 different colorways in our 4-hour class period, which is a really intense deadline. So I made this pink and green print as quickly as possible, and I didn't film the process. I then made the same design in a purple and orange colorway. I started with my first screen and printed a row of my pattern with the purple ink. After waiting for the ink to totally dry, I printed directly on top of my purple row with the second screen and orange ink. I know this isn't the best angle to show the printing process, but you might notice that I'm leaving a gap between each one of my prints instead of printing them exactly side by side. I'm letting the first row dry and then filling in the gaps later. This lets me print a lot of repeats of my design without smearing any paint with the big metal frame of my screen. So that's 2 prints down and 1 more to go. These prints are definitely not perfect. I know you probably can't see the mistakes in this video, but I know they're there and they're driving me crazy. But I'm being kind to myself because of the rush under this tight deadline. I then very quickly made one last print, which I finished literally moments before the class period was over. And here are my 3 prints from today. I think it's a fun little collection.
Hello again. So today was a super long day. In screen printing, I pretty much just had to crank out as many prints as possible, which basically just meant like sprinting around the room for the whole 4-hour period, and it was just a lot. And now I have to do a 2-hour online weaving midterm. Why? Who knows? So yeah, that won't be super fun to film, so I'll just see you tomorrow. Good morning. I've been up since way too early in the morning cramming for my Japanese quiz that I have in about 20 minutes. So I'm already over the day, but hopefully it'll still be a good day, and I'll see you on campus.
This class is basically 4 completely chaotic and disorganized hours of vocab and grammar lessons, and even though I'm learning a lot, this class hurts.
Hello again. I just got out of my Japanese class, and now I'm gonna go find something warm and cozy to eat. I actually just had a really great conversation with some of the members of my textile and surface design department. They had a booth out in like the lobby of our main building, just to kind of like spread the word of the program, and they answered a bunch of my questions about kind of like what the next couple years are gonna look like for me, and I don't know, that just like felt really good because I got a lot of clarity about my path and kind of validation that I'm doing the right thing, and that just feels good. So taking that energy into lunch, and hopefully the rest of the day is gonna be good. Today is a hot chicken soup and a corn muffin kind of day.
Up next, weaving class. We were asked to bring in any kind of photo reference for our next design. I was inspired by the film The Young Girls of Rochefort. If you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend it. It's a French musical comedy from the 1960s, and it's absolutely lovely. For this project, I'm looking at the colors of the sets and the costumes, especially the intermingling of pastels, bright bold pops of color, and shiny brass instruments. I thought I could definitely have some fun with that in my weaving. So in this class, for the rest of the semester, you'll see me working within this theme.
Hello again. So I just got out of class and I'm gonna head home. I don't really know how well this translates on my vlogs, but Tuesdays definitely take a toll on me, and I'm looking forward to calling it early tonight. So I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, happy Wednesday. It is 43 degrees outside. The one good thing about this weather is that I get to wear my hand knits. So today I'm wearing a mohair scarf that I made a couple years ago. So that's at least a plus. I'm currently on my way to campus. Hopefully it's gonna be a good day today. I have quite a lot of things to get done, so I will see you there.
Wednesdays are my painting days, so I first stop by my locker to grab all of my supplies. Then I had to learn how to use watercolor dyes, which are way out of my comfort zone. I'm gonna keep practicing and hopefully get better at these. During our lunch break, Sophia and I ran to Blick to get a few more dye colors. I also had to grab some more cups for paint mixing. I've had to buy so many of these dang little cups this semester. We also stopped by the grocery store to get some lunch and some vegetable references for our next class. Before starting our next project, we hung up our gouache flower paintings from last week for a class critique. It was really cool to see that everyone interpreted their own flowers so differently. And here's how mine turned out. We then moved on to our next project, which is all about pen and ink, which is another medium that I know nothing about. I decided to give stippling a try, which is basically just drawing with dots. I actually had a lot of fun trying to get the hang of it with this test drawing.
Hello again. So I just spent another very long night in that classroom that you always see me in, just chipping away at the mountain of homework I have to do. Anyway, today was kind of a slow day, so I figured I might take this as an opportunity to ask you for some feedback. So I've been making these YouTube videos for a little while, and I kind of worry that I'm just kind of doing the same thing over and over again, and that's just because in my day-to-day life, I'm just kind of doing the same thing over and over again. And I'm wondering if you wouldn't mind just kind of telling me in the comments below like what you like about my vlogs or what you'd like to see more of and how I can improve as a YouTuber and a content creator. So thank you in advance for leaving a comment if you choose to do so, and I will see you tomorrow for another day of school. Hello, happy Thursday. I'm waiting for the train now and then I'm gonna head to campus for my afternoon CAD class. In class, we're just continuing to work on our digital designs, and I'm probably gonna end up staying late just to continue working on it throughout the evening. So I also wanted to mention that today I'm actually wearing something that's really special to me. So this sweater was actually knit by my grandma many, many years ago, and it was white, but it had some stains on it just from being old. So I decided to over dye it using Bengala mud dyes that I brought back from Japan. So very special to me. And let's go to class.
In class, I started working on the presentation of my pansies and parakeets design, which is what we're gonna share with the class on Monday next week.
Hello again. So not really much happened in class today. I was basically just sitting at the computer for 3 hours, just working away at my project. So there wasn't a whole lot to record. Hopefully tomorrow there'll be a little bit more to share. So I'll see you then. Good morning, happy Friday. I feel like every single day it's just getting colder and colder. Like it's literally like at least 3 degrees colder every single day this week. And it's a lot to deal with, but gonna go to campus, gonna get warm, and then I'm gonna spend pretty much the whole day painting. So I'll show you some of that if it's exciting.
Fridays are another one of my long painting days. In the morning, I continue to work on the layout for my carnivorous plant print. My friends and I then took a quick coffee and Lunchables break. I then traced a sample of my design so I could practice painting with the watercolor inks. Pitcher plants have a really interesting spotted surface design that I wanted to try to emulate in my painting, so I experimented a little bit to see how I could achieve that look. I sprinkled some salt on my wet paint, and it created an effect that I'm really excited about. I just need to learn how to better control it. After a quick lunch break, I switched gears and started working on my orchid print again. This time I added some details in gouache paint just to see how it would look, and I really like how it turned out. I then spent a little while mixing dyes to exactly match my color palette. And then I made another test painting, this time using my own colors.
Hello again. So I'm actually the last one here in the classroom because everyone else went home and I just had to stay back to clean up my space and to tidy up my stuff. I'm probably gonna head to the lockers and then just head home for the weekend. Today was a pretty good day. I spent pretty much the whole time painting and working on things, and for once I feel like my Friday actually flew by, so that was kind of nice. This weekend is gonna be really busy because I have that Pansies and Parakeets project due on Monday. So I'm probably gonna spend pretty much all of Saturday and Sunday just sitting in front of the computer working on Photoshop and trying to get that done. And I definitely have a lot of work to do for that. So if you want to see how that project turns out, hit that subscribe button and look out for next week's video when it's all done and I can show you everything. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video and I hope to see you next week.